Hello. In this episode, we are going to cover generating games via Tawny Pro. Critical bit of information, really, this, because obviously everybody needs to know how to do this. Very straightforward, but a lot goes on. So I've stripped this out so that we just have 2 days effectively. So we have this tab here, which is one day, and then we have this tab here, which is obviously the next day. All we're going to do is generate the games. Simple as that. So you can't have a game without a pitch or an area. So when you assign a pitch here, so this is under the games, generate games screen. When you assign a pitch, it will automatically generate games. If you try and regenerate the games here and you don't have a pitch or an area assigned, you get this. So it says you need to have a pitch to play a game on. You don't need to assign referees because although it may be carnage, you can play a game without a referee. So this isn't a required field, but the pitches is. So if I just show you here, we will just assign a pitch, and you can see now the game's generated on this pitch for this particular group. And if I choose this one, you'll also see that I can't now re-choose pitch one because it's already assigned to another group. So if I assign this, um, if I actually choose a pitch to assign. There you go. So one and two. So now the games have been generated here as well. So if you were to change something whereby you've generated games and you were to change something that could affect this, you'll get a warning. In fact, let me show you. So if I were to redistribute the teams in a group for the under sevens, for example, which I've just created, um, the games for. So if I try and distribute the teams evenly, I have this warning. It says the teams are distributed successfully, but there are games in this division, and then it tells you which division it is that are deleted too. You need to regenerate the games. Now we can either regenerate the games now, it'll take us to the regenerating games screen, or we can just cancel this window and it will effectively leave us here. If we clicked on the regenerate games button, it would literally take you back to the screen you're on, which is this one. You can now see that all the games have disappeared. Now we would need to regenerate the games. So we just click regenerate and we click regenerate on this one as well. That's it. That's how you generate games. That's a non-competitive format. The competitive format, you'll see that these games are here, the sort of the plate semi-finals and the cup semi-finals, because I've selected a plate and cup format. Pitch one's assigned. There's obviously no games on this day, so we will do pitch two for this one as well. The game's automatically generated. This one here, I actually played with before I came on, so again, just showing you how we regenerate games once it's cleared out. So there you go. Generating games is that simple. When we come to semi-finals and finals, when we generate games, we always say to people, this is kind of the biggest part of being organized yourself, really. So I would always advise that we set pitches. Doesn't matter if you change them later on, that's fine. We can change these, but if we allocate pitches as we go, then this just makes life a lot easier. Generally speaking, people tend to just kind of go, right, well, that's been on pitch one all the time. So I'll put that on pitch one. Sorry, put that on pitch one. And I'll put that one on pitch two. And then and one and two and one and two and so be it. So the semi-finals are played on the same time, etc., etc. This is just I'm just going through things that are the norm really. It might help you, might give you a bit of information if you've not done tournaments before. It might not. You might do it a completely different way. What you will notice here is as you try and allocate a pitch, it tells you what time the last game should end, so you can keep tabs on this at all times. Um, but effectively, you would just carry on going down. This is very quick. For the semi-finals and finals, we kind of let you do this manually. You can do it all manually, to be honest. But this kind of stuff here, because you need more control over this, this is kind of done in bulk. You can choose two pitches, by the way. We can say that that's going to go over one and three. And then it will, if you look at the games here, it will automatically generate these as 1-3, 1-3, 1-3. Tries to do this as fairly as possible, but we aren't going to do that. We are going to just leave that on pitch one. So again, if I come out and just take pitch three out, it will now, if I now go back and look at those games for this, it will just go all back to pitch one. I think that covers most of the things for generating games. As I've limited it to, you can literally just see that there's 2 days there, and I've tried to limit it to these sort of to a non-competitive and a competitive format, just so you can see the difference between the two, without having a lot in here. This is just you can have obviously as many age groups as you've got on your day, etc., and you just go through this. But this is just one group, what per day, just for clarity more than anything. So that's it. I think that covers it. Oh, you can print the games if you like as well, because I know some people like to have this. If you do assign referees, you can assign referees from here. But referee assignments, see, I've gone off on a tangent again. If you've watched the other numerical videos, you'll know I do this a lot, but we can print these games out. There's the game schedule there. So if, for example, you needed to print these out, you wanted to keep tabs on this by hand, then there you go. It's not a problem either. We try and everything online, but obviously there are people that like it offline as well. So we try and cover everything for you. I think that is it with generating games. We'll probably move on to starting the tournament and entering scores into those games in the next video, I believe. So we'll see you in the next one.